Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Donna. I hope everybody's good and had a good week. We're going to be doing a yoga practice today for toning those glute muscles, those butts that often need a little bit of extra help with getting toned. So we're going to swing our legs around and come into downward facing dog and take a couple of deep breaths to get settled into the practice. So hands on the mat, toes curled under, lift your hips up to the ceiling and just pedal those feet out, taking some long deep breaths, looking back towards your feet. And lower your heels towards the floor. Deep breath in, stretching out those hamstrings, stretching out those butt muscles, ready to start the practice. And when you're ready, come down onto the mat. And we're going to set ourselves up into tabletop. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And what we're going to do from here is you're going to stretch your leg out along the mat, and then you're going to lift it up, level if you can with your hips, toes pointing down to the floor, and we're just going to lift it slightly up and then back down to neutral again, and slightly up and back down. Really engaging that core, back down, and you should be able to feel it in that glute muscle of the leg that's lifted. Really flex that foot, heels pushing back to the back wall. Just gently pulse up it. You don't need to move it much for it to actually do a lot of toning. Lift. You might be leaning slightly over towards the knee that you're kneeling on, but that's all good, just as long as you're not leaning too far so you don't feel it in your butt muscle. And hold, and then bring it down, place it on the floor underneath your hip, get yourself adjusted, stretch out your left leg, and flex your foot and lift your leg up, toes pointing down towards the floor, and just slightly pulse it up and back down. Engage your core muscles. Very gentle movement, not much movement at all, but you should be able to feel it in your glutes on the leg that's lifted. So keep breathing. If you can't feel it, just get yourself adjusted and make sure that you've got your hip level with the other hip and that you're not lifting it too high, and you've got your feet or toes pointing down towards the mat. Not turned out away from the mat or turned in at all, just straight down. Keep going, couple more. Good, alright, just sit back on your feet, knees apart, just shake your hands out, just rotate those wrists because we're going to come back into tabletop again in a minute. So stretch forward, really stretch out that lower back. Hands up on your fingertips just to release those wrists. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Just regroup yourself again. Then we're going to come back into tabletop. What we're going to do next is we're going to take your right leg across off the mat, across the left leg, and you're going to push back towards your heels. So you're pulling back, and then you're going to come forward. Same time, you're going to take your leg, straight leg, pointed foot out to the side, and then come back, press back onto those toes, and then coming up, lifting, hold it here, and then back, and hold it, back, and hold it, again, hold it, and back, and hold it, and then place it down. And then we're just going to do the other side. So shake your wrists out, come into tabletop, get yourself set up, stretch your left leg out, across, behind the right leg, take your weight back towards it, push on those toes, and then you're going to come out to the side. And pushing back, and out, and back, still looking down at the mat between your hands. Back, out, back, out. A couple more times. Back, and out, and back and out. Good. All right, just sit back, take a couple of deep breaths, shake your wrists. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to lie on our backs. I'm going to do a pelvic lift. So slowly roll back down, one vertebrae at a time. Get yourself comfortable. Bring your heels right in towards your bottom and put your hands down on the floor beside your legs, palms down. You're going to slowly lift from your pelvis first. Slowly lift up, lifting up, lifting up, and hold it here. And what you're going to do from here is you're going to bring your knees together and then out. Knees together and out. Knees in and out. Knees in and out. Doesn't matter if your knees don't touch, just the sensation of bringing your legs together, your thighs together, and then out. And in and out. In and out. In and out. And in and hold it. Feel like you're pushing right up from your buttocks. Hold it here. And then slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time till you come to relax on the mat. Bend your knees in. Roll your legs around. Relax on the mat. Good. Alright, just to release the butt muscles, we're just going to take your right leg up to the ceiling. Hold on to wherever you can. Might be up here, might be around your knee, calf muscle, and just pull it back towards you. Try and keep the leg on the floor straight, the knee straight. And hold it here. And if you can, try and bring your head up to meet your knee. So it really stretches out that lower back. Stretches out the hamstrings. And come back down. Another deep breath in. Bring your head up again if you can. Otherwise, just stay in the position you were before this. And back down. And then bend your knee in. Lower it down. Take your other leg up. Holding to wherever you're comfortable. And just hold it there. Try and keep your leg on the floor straight. Point your feet. And just limber that leg to stretch out that hamstring. And if you can, if you want to, bring your head towards your knee. And hold it here. And when you're ready, bend it in. Bring it down. And we're going to bend both knees in. Take your arms out to the side. And you're just going to bring both knees over to the right side. Try and keep both shoulders on the floor, looking up at the ceiling. And then coming up to the middle again. Knees together, over to the other side. And then back up. Hands behind your knees, and we're just going to roll up. Come up to sitting. Thank you everyone. This concludes the practice for toning our glutes. And if you did this every day for a couple of months, you would notice a huge difference in how your glutes look and feel. And it also, toning your glute muscles, it really protects your lower back and your hips. Because the stronger that your glute muscles are, the better off your body is, because your glute muscles are very big muscles and they can really support your lower back and your legs and your hips. Alright everybody, just take a couple of deep breaths in. Another deep breath in. And thank you very much for joining me today. Have a great rest of the day. Namaste.